So not too bad, not too bad. But if you get the flash, hey, it's Jason with JLM Photography and welcome back to the channel. So I have really been kind of pushed with time lately. And so I didn't really have time to do like a full-on normal behind the scenes video this week. So I figured I would do something that I've been thinking about doing, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it today. And it is my opinion for the best entry-level strobe kit for off-camera flash photography. I know I've got a lot of photographers that follow my YouTube channel that are looking to get into off-camera flash. And so what I want to just provide is, if I was going to start again in the off-camera flash world, this is the kit that I would buy. Adorama actually recently had a pretty good kit, and that kind of got my idea going. However, the beauty dish that they had was a little bit small, and I think you need a bigger beauty dish. The one that they offered was 25 inches, and I think it really should be over 30. And the one that I have in my background over here is a 34 inch. So that's really kind of what I would recommend going with as far as starting it off. But this whole set, I have to do the math, is probably around $500 to $600. Everything all ready to go. All you have to do is make sure you get it specifically for your camera. So we're going to start off and we're going to go with the most expensive thing that you need all the way down to the cheapest thing that you need. Every one of these things is all you need to get into off-camera flash, and I think it's a pretty budget-friendly idea. First, I'm going to recommend the Godox or the Flashpoint 8200. Flashpoint is actually the Evolve 200. This is the R2 model. It's not the, I don't get the Pro model. I haven't gotten it. The Pro model gives you different functions. It's a little bit more expensive, but this is the base model. And kind of the package that it will actually come in looks basically like this. Sorry about the little ring there, but it is used. So it's a nice little kit basically. And so there's a lot of things in it. You see that I've actually got the flash bulb on it. So you can actually take that flash bulb off, or the extension off, and it can come with the little Fresnel head like adapter here. So use this if you're going to be using it maybe in the softbox. Use this if you have a different kind of like a little marshmallow type diffuser for it, like that. But you know, fairly quick and simple. It's got this cool little protector for the bulb right there. It's got barn doors. I haven't even used them yet, but it basically will attach right to the end. And in the barn doors, there's like 4 or 5 different gels that you can actually use. It also has a stand adapter, because what you'll see with the 8200 is the quarter mount screws here and a quarter mount screw here. So you can set it just like this on top of your stand, or you can set it this like that on top of your stand in a pinch if you don't have a mount for it. But that comes in there. And then of course, let's see, the box and then the flash. Here's the battery. These batteries last a very long time. You know, I can go multiple shoots on these things and not really run out of the battery too much. Of course, they're not going to last as long as maybe like an AD200, an AD600, but they do last for quite a long time. I've got a couple of them, no batteries in it. This one I've actually sent back in for repair because I broke it and I was able to get it repaired. And of course, it comes with a charger for the battery. So that is the AD200 or the Flashpoint Evolve 200. They're basically the same thing. They're just 2 different names. All right, so don't get too confused on that. All right, so let's go down to the next expensive item. So that right now is about $299. You can actually find them Open box, refurbished a lot of times from Adorama or B&H. But $299 will get you brand new. So $300 right there plus tax. The next most expensive thing is the softbox. And again, I mentioned you need to get, in my opinion, you need to get about 34 inches on your softbox or your beauty dish. This is the Easy Lock. And I really like this brand. It opens up fairly easily and it closes fairly easily. It does, when you get it, I believe, at least when I got it, it came with the inner diffusion panel, the outer diffusion panel, and then a circular grid, which I've since lost, but you know, it is what it is. It also has a deflector in there as well. So basically it's gonna push the light this way, push it back this way, and then spread it out. And the bigger the light source, the better, the softer the light source, right? So, of course, depending on where you have it, but a 34 inch. This right now on Amazon is right at like $79.99. So now we're at, what is that, $380. If you get the flash, you get the softbox, you have to be able to trigger it, right? It can trigger wirelessly, and that's really what you want, is to get it off the camera. So you can get a couple different triggers. This is the older version of the trigger. This is the Godox X Pro C, and the C is for Canon because I shoot with Canon. If you're shooting with a Nikon, it's going to be like the X Pro N or the X Pro S for Sony. I think Fuji has one, X Pro F maybe, but yeah, there's a little rattle in it because I've dropped it multiple times. It does still work. This uses AA batteries. Right now, you can actually get these, I believe, on Amazon or Adorama B&H for $59 or $69. They work very well. This is the newest version. And oh, real quick, so this Godox and this is Flashpoint. Godox will fire and trigger your Flashpoint gear, and Flashpoint will also trigger your Godox gear. Again, they're the same thing, just different names. But this is the R2 Nano, the R2 Nano C. I'm still getting used to this. It is nice. It does sit so much smaller on the camera body. I really do like that. It's also rechargeable with a USB-C, whereas this one here, like I said, it is AA, but it sits on the hot shoe and then you screw it in. It is kind of big, so I'm learning and getting used to the Nano. There's a couple things that I don't necessarily like, but still getting used to it, and it's probably going to stay on. I'm not going to revert back. But so the trigger, the cheaper version of the trigger is $69.99 or $59.99, and I'll have those in the description. And then the Nano is $89.99. So if you want to go ahead and just go straight up, go with the Nano. But in my opinion, I think this one's a little bit more user-friendly, but that's my opinion. Maybe that's just because I've been using it for several years, and this one is taking me a little bit of time to learn. Let's see here. So $59.69 and then $89. You've got your flash, you've got your beauty dish, you've got your trigger. Now you got to have something to set it on. Don't set it on a $15 light stand. This is a stainless steel light stand that I bought on Amazon. It is like spring loaded, it's got the air loaded, right? So it's not just going to slam in. There's springs in it for each one. This is, like I said, stainless steel, and I'm going to have links for every one of these things in the description. But this one here, I think was $59.99 when I bought it on Amazon. I really do like it. There are a couple things that I don't like. I think it definitely holds my 8200 very well, and it will hold my 8600 with the 42-inch box very well. However, it's lighter than my C-stands are. So typically, if I'm going to be out shooting, I'm probably only going to use this one with my 8200. And I probably want to have somebody close to the light stand also. But that's either way, because those big 42-inch beauty dish or even the 36-inch, man, they just catch wind. And so, protect it if you can. But this right here is fairly nice. The one other thing that I don't like, and I actually was hoping that I could use it, was with the caster wheels that I wheel around with my C-stand. The way that this sits, it just doesn't sit right with those wheels. So I did buy some other wheels, and I might try those out on this thing here. Those probably would work. The only issue I had with those wheels is it wiggled out the bulb in my 8600, but it probably won't wiggle out the bulb in the 200. But again, $59.99 for this stainless steel. Again, don't go cheap, man. You're putting, we already see, $300 for the flash, $80 for the beauty dish. So we're putting almost $400 on this thing. Don't put it on a $20 stand. Put it on a decent stand. So $59.99 for that. All right, like I said, we're going cheapest to, most expensive to the cheapest. The last thing that you need, and I can set it on there if I wanted to. I'll show you again. It has the quarter thread, right? So it's got the quarter thread on the side and on the bottom. So if I wanted with this, I could mount this just like this. But how does that actually fit onto that softbox? So if I'm going to mount it like that, what you'll notice is this has, it's called a Bowen's mount, right? So this won't sit in there like that. There's no way to do it. So what you need is a bracket for that, and this is the Godox S bracket for the Bowen's mount. Basically, this will slide right through here. Just like that, you tighten it down, and you can wrench it down, and now it's not going anywhere. So this one's like $25 on Amazon. So we've got $300 for the flash, $80 for the box or the beauty dish, so that's $380. We've got, I'm going to go cheap one just because we're going on a budget, right? So we got $380 plus another, I think I'm going to call it $70 just to be on the safe side. So $380, $450, $475 for the $25 S mount, and then $60 more. So what were we at? $450, $475, and then $60 more. Let me see, my math is horrible. $475 plus 60, $535. So $550-ish will get you everything. And so again, for under $600, you can be shooting fantastic off-camera flash with the 8200. It is an incredible strobe, very versatile. You're not going to go wrong buying the 8200 if you're just getting into it. If you go with speed lights, you're going wrong. And that's, again, my opinion, but you're going to have to upgrade because you're going to outgrow those speed lights much faster than you will outgrow the 8200. So your first strobe probably should be an 8200 to get right into it. Now, real quick, are there other strobe brands out there? Absolutely there are. Why am I pushing Godox? I'm not getting anything from Godox. I'm not getting anything from Flashpoint. They're not sending me anything. I'm paying for all of my gear free. Here's why. Because I've always, for the most part, done photography on a budget. And for the budget, this is, in my opinion, the best budget-friendly strobe system that you can get into. Newer has some strobes. I think there's some other strobes out there. But Godox is a tried and true company. Flashpoint, same. Use them. You're not going to go wrong with them. If you outgrow them, that's a possibility. I haven't outgrown Godox yet. I've been shooting with Godox for 5 years. They're fantastic, fantabulous actually. But they are awesome, and I don't feel like you're going to outgrow them. I think that you would outgrow a newer brand. I think that you're going to outgrow some of the cheaper brands, and Godox or Flashpoint, even though they are still kind of a, whatever, a Chinese brand, you're not going to outgrow that. You're going to be able to really use this and use it well and use it for a long time. This dude here, nope, not that one. This one here that's been broken, I've had this one since I got into strobe photography. I've had this for 5 years. I've had to send it back in to get it repaired, but it got repaired, works. It's fantastic. So the Godox brand, that's why I push the Godox brand. I think it's perfect for the budget, and I think it's going to allow you to grow into your off-camera flash photography, and you can grow into that system. They have so many other options for you. So $550, it's going to get you the perfect off-camera flash kit with a wonderful little versatile strobe. So I will have all of that information down in the description. And just remember, we've got podcasts coming out every Tuesday, new videos every Wednesday. And until next time, keep shooting.